Forest loss, also known as deforestation, is the loss of forest cover in historically forested areas due to human activity, climate change, or pollution. This takes place within forest biomes ranging from coniferous pine forests to the thick jungles of the Amazon. One type of biodiversity is the species diversity of different tree species within the forest ecosystem. Another type of biodiversity is the genetic diversity of an individual bird within the population of the bird species. The first abiotic factor is mining, where trees are cut down to make space for open-air mines of rare earth or precious metals. The second abiotic cause is farmland, where humans cut down trees to make space for farmland. The third abiotic cause is droughts, where prolonged and insufficient rainfall kills trees. The first biotic cause is pests, where beetles or other diseases kill off many trees. The second biotic cause is invasive species, which may compete with local tree species and kill them. The third biotic cause is human consumption, where many humans go to the forest to collect and eat tree seeds, leading to insufficient new tree growth. One example of a food chain within a forest biome is the pine tree at the bottom as the producer, the mountain pine beetle as the primary consumer, the zebra finch as the secondary consumer, and the barn owl as the tertiary consumer, and the great horned owl as the quaternary consumer. One example of a possible biomagnification in this food chain is the magnification of MSMA arsenic pesticides. MSMA is used to both thin trees and to decrease mountain pine beetle populations. The MSMA will be passed up through the food chain through the pine tree and the beetle. One symbiotic relationship is between Mycorrhizae, fungus, and trees. Mycorrhizae is a fungus that lives within the soil and attaches itself to the tree roots. Mycorrhizae increases water and nutrient intake for the plant, while the plant produces carbohydrates from photosynthesis for the fungus. The first threat to biodiversity is fragmentation. Deforestation leads to the chopping down of forests for human development. One result of this is that areas once connected by forests may now be separated by human development. As a result, this separates species populations, which can decrease genetic diversity. Also, some organisms that require large open areas or need a large area for prey can be affected, as they become restricted to a single area. Finally, populations may be separated such that mating between organisms may be affected or reduced. The second threat to biodiversity caused by deforestation is soil erosion and desertification. Soil erosion occurs when trees die and aren't replaced. The tree roots are very deep and tend to hold soil together. It also facilitates fungal and microbial growth in the soil, which in turn preserves soil moisture. As trees are cut down and replaced with shallow-rooted agriculture, the topsoil and deeper soil can lose moisture and the microbes/fungal life will die. Resultantly, the soil loses its fertility and becomes increasingly dry and sandy. Eventually, the area will transition to desert due to these factors. This leads to many species dying and destroying biodiversity. The first solution is to create and enforce deforestation limitation policies. These policies will often put a hard limit on the amount of deforestation that can occur, or outright bans them. In turn, when this is enforced, it will stunt the rates of deforestation directly, by stopping people or corporations from cutting down trees. This is often done by creating a monetary incentive to corporations or farmers to stop cutting down trees, or through the creation of a strict law and punishments. The pros of this solution is that this is a very hard and defined limit on deforestation and tells corporations, farmers doing the deforestation that they need to stop or else. The cons of this solution is that in larger or developing nations, these policies may be very difficult or costly to enforce, and illegal deforestation can still occur. Government corruption can also reduce the effectiveness of these policies as they are not strictly enforced. An example of this working is Brazil. In 2002, Brazil ratified the Kyoto Agreement, leading to an increased government involvement in reducing deforestation. Starting from that date, the Brazilian government introduced many policies in an attempt to reduce deforestation in the Amazon rainforest. According to a study done by the Instituto Nacional de Pesquisas da Amazonia, Manaus, the rates of deforestation before 2002 were of a strict increase. However, after 2002, as described by a paper published in 2013 on Science magazine, deforestation rates in Brazil generally decreased from 2002 to 2012. Hence, this shows effectiveness of introducing policies and actively enforcing them in decreasing deforestation. Solution 2. One current problem with reforestation programs is the unsuitability of previously forested environments for the cultivation of tree saplings. Often, the climate has changed and the soil has become unfertile, dry, and unable to hold any moisture. This leads to a high mortality rate of saplings in current reforestation programs. Hence, one innovative solution not currently used is Groasis, a product that helps combat these issues and decrease sapling mortality. Groasis is basically a water storage and collection dish that prevents the soil from losing all the water after rain. It stores the water and slowly distributes it over a period of time. The first pro of this product is that it is a cheap and affordable alternative, as the product itself is easily made and it reduces the need for artificial watering. Another pro is that the product is biodegradable and hence won't leave a lasting impact on the environment. One con is that the product's effectiveness may vary from region to region depending on its local abiotic and biotic factors. According to the company, the products worked effectively when tested in a European Union certified study. The sapling mortality rate was a stunning 5%. Also, during the 5-year testing period, manual watering was required just twice. The prediction for the effects of this product is that the effects of reforestation will now be a lot easier. One predicted abiotic factor that will occur is the improvement of soil quality of the region. The new sapling and reforestation may lead to soil that could hold more water and hence is more fertile. In turn, this would cause biotic changes of wildlife and small grasses returning to the area. Birds and small rodents would also likely return to the area. The third solution is one that you can do yourself. What you can do is to boycott or avoid palm oil products. Palm oil is almost entirely produced in developing nations with weak deforestation policies. Also, palm oil is produced through palm trees, meaning that the climate best for palm trees is traditionally forested areas. Hence, palm oil is produced almost on land that was historically forested. For these reasons, expanding palm oil farms are a major cause of deforestation. You can avoid palm oil by checking what kind of oil you use at home for cooking and teach your parents to not cook with palm oil. Another thing you can do is avoid mass-produced supermarket products such as bread, chocolate, and ice cream. Instead, look for more local bakeries or cook them yourself. Also, you can do your own research on what brands use palm oil or not. For example, M&M chocolates and Ben & Jerry ice cream both don't use palm oil.